Question of the day. What's your favorite name of a board game? Could be something cute, could be something clever, could be something epic. What's your favorite name of a board game? Because this one is an interesting game that we're taking a look at today, Crime Hotel. Now I know some things may lose translation when they go from their original language to the English, a la New Greek, New Testament to the New American Standard sometimes. But Crime Hotel, well, as someone who lives about 100 nights of the year plus in hotel rooms, I know that the first thing I look for when I check in at the front desk is that it's not called Crime Hotel. So let's take a look at this deduction game. It says on the box here, a trick-taking game for smart detectives. One of those things is not true. However, we'll talk about what that is in just a minute. So it's Christmas time, so what better way to shoot a video on how to play than on top of an Amazon box, because that's what we do. And this video goes up on Christmas Eve. A couple of pluses let's talk about first that I really like. The art of this board lines up all over the place. Now what do I mean by that? Well, this moon is kind of the round tracker. It's how many times you would do the investigation. But it actually lines up on these clouds really nicely. Then you have the cards, which are some of the world's smallest cards, which I usually knock a game for, but I want you to see this. 34. You'll notice up there is blank, but when you put 34 out on the board, boom, the art lines up perfectly all the way through. And look, there's someone in that room. So I just love any of that kind of stuff. Now, as far as how the game actually plays itself, here's what you're going to do on your turn. So you get started by taking one card out, sitting it here. This is where the location of the crime occurs. So for this one, it's 25. No one's supposed to look at that, obviously. Now, you're going to get a hand of cards with different certain numbers on them. These are the numbers of the floors in the hotel. White ones are the bottom floor, gray ones are the middle floor, these darker ones are the top floor here. The way it works is everyone's going to simultaneously choose a card and everyone's going to flip it face up together. When you do this, you're going to go in order. Players will play their cards out there. 38, so this would go up here. Say someone played 15 and then someone might have played 24 in a three-player game. Now, what this tells you is a couple things. First of all, it tells you that this is none of those numbers, right? Now what you're actually going to do is you're going to deal out a certain amount of cards to the players, and then the rest of the ones that are left over get dealt out there on the board. So you will have an idea to start with of where the crime might have happened. But the whole point is you're going to narrow this down. Now, once you do this, you're going to put the player order in order based on the number that someone played. So first person, the lowest person goes first, then second, then third. What that does on this board over here gives you three options. Number one, if you're the first person, you will take the police car and you're first to play. You will take this and you will place it on to a row, a column, or an exact number. This is your guesses. You get more points at the end of the game. It's 3, 5, and 10 based on if you do the row, the column, or the exact number. So obviously if you guess this, it's a little more it's a little easier than guessing the column, which is only 3 choices versus 10 choices versus 1 choice. But say you've narrowed it down and you think you know exactly where it is, well, boom, I'm going to place it there. Now, the only tricky thing is you can lock other people out. So if you guess, you can shut off people from potentially guessing as well. So let's just say that I have a couple meeples over here and you put one, I want to guess that it's number 14. Well, I can also guess that it's this column, and I can also guess that it's this row, maximizing my points here, here, and on the exact one. So just know that that's a thing that you can do. Also, if you're second though in a 3-player game, you're not going to get to take a guess. You're going to do one of the police actions over here to get help from the police. What these actions are, these are going to be things like you can move one of your workers. Now notice when you put it out here, it stays there permanently, so it kind of fills these slots up. You can move one of your workers out here, one of your guesses, around the board somewhere else. This one allows you to switch cards with someone else, therefore they know what you have and you know what they have now for one card. This one allows you to look at a certain amount of cards based on the number listed on the desk for both of those. This one allows you to stand where someone else is standing, so that's a nice power to have. And the last one is it just boosts the points you get if you get it right. That's how the game is played. You're going to play it over 3 different investigations. Person with the most points at the end of it wins the game. So that's Crime Hotel. It is basically what you saw there. You're deducing which room is the only one left on the side of the board. Now, I want to talk really quick because I didn't want you to get the impression from the intro. I really like this game. I think it's a really cool game. Every once in a while, Tom will send me a game, several games just in a big box, and I review them. And I never know what I'm going to get from Tom in that. And this was in there, and so I was like, wow, let's check it out. Crime Hotel. Had no English instructions, had to look it up online. Played the game a couple times, really enjoyed how this one played over the multiple times. I should say not a couple, it's just, but when we played it, each time you really felt the mechanics all the way throughout. I really like how you're deducing what, in multiple phases, you could deduce either the row, the column, or the exact number. And the more points you get based on what you deduce. And I think that's cool. I like the fact that you can kind of hedge your bets. Well, I'm not really sure this round. I'm going to hedge my bets and go off here. Or you know that someone is holding that one card that you need to confirm for sure, and they just will not give it up. So that's always a good one too, because you have to kind of pick and choose when you're going to play those cards. Not to mention the fact that you might not get to make a guess, period, just because the cards that get dealt to you, which is frustrating sometimes, that you might have a hand that is going to put you square in the middle almost every single time, and you don't get to make a guess, you only get to go to the police. Now, the reason I brought up in the intro about one of these things is not true is you notice when I went down through how to play it, this is not a trick-taking game. I don't know where that comes from, a trick-taking game for smart detectives. Nothing about this is trick-taking. This is all playing cards down and deducing. You're not taking cards back into your hand. You're not taking any tricks. You're actually trying to deduce where the crime in this hotel happened. So overall, cool mechanics. Interesting looking board. I actually like the little kind of cloth that comes out. I love how the rooms, when flipped over and faced up, which card number they are, actually show like the room is occupied versus vacant. I think that's always good when you get the, either or side and how it matches up nicely on the board. So well done presentation, small box game. You do need quite a few people to play just to make it, well, I say quite a few people, but you know what I mean. You need more than two, obviously, to get it to play really well, but the game is fun, it looks good, and it's just a good quick deduction game that takes you away from, are you a spy? Now, it does something a little bit more mathematical as opposed to straight lying and truth-telling. So, really like Crime Hotel. This one's going to stay in the collection here. Fun game. Hope to see you on the Dice Tower Cruise. Make sure to let me know in the comments below if you're coming. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, at Dice Tower Bryan, and until next time, I'll see you.
Thanks so much for watching another Dice Tower video. If you enjoy our videos, subscribe to the channel for more fun, comprehensive board game coverage. Also, consider joining us at one of our events. Come to Dice Tower Retreat, a small, intimate gathering where gaming is king. Join us for Dice Tower Cruise, the largest board game cruise. Attend Dice Tower West in Las Vegas for gaming fun on the West Coast, or Dice Tower East in Orlando, in sunny Florida. Dice Tower Conventions, the friendliest gaming conventions on Earth. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.